Hello, everybody. I am sorry I'm about 20 minutes late, but I'm here and we can get started. So I was grabbing paper and all of that fun stuff, getting it over here so that I wouldn't have to jump up and run. And I think I've done that. Let me square the desk away a little bit, put the keyboard over there out of the way, and we will get started. I did not get anything to clean the ink pads for the stamp sets with. Anyway, I hope that you have had a good holiday today and enjoyed some of your time off. If you had the day off, some of us worked a little bit, and then I've been busy moving things around from the old craft room in here. I'm trying really, really hard that when I move it in here, it finds a home so that it's not piling up on me again. Let me grab a cleaning scrubby and I'll be right back. All right, I think we are good to go now. We are going to play with, this desk isn't hardly big enough. Right there. Meandering Meadows Designer Series paper, or otherwise known as patterned paper. And we are going to use, what is the name of that stamp set? Wildflower Designs. All right, this is the wet side. Let's put it right here. Okay. Now, I think I can share my screen and we'll be ready to go. Thank you for jumping on and watching. I can see the chat. If you happen to share anything with me, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. And let me glance over here and share my screen and we'll get busy crafting. Share. And you'll get a little sneak peek maybe of all of the papers. All right, there we have it. I will try to keep that straight. Also, I saw another friend who was doing I don't remember what she called it. I'll find out what it is and we'll do it. And I'll try to use this same piece of grid paper throughout the whole month of September so that we can just see how messy we are. I'm going to do it on the lives only. I'll use a different one for just my everyday regular crafting. But for the lives, I'll use this piece and we'll see how messy or clean it is by the end. And I won't use any other piece except for this for the lives. So whoo-hoo, we'll see what it does. So I did a little bit of cutting before. This is blueberry bushel cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. And my bone folder is in my backpack that I had last week. So we'll use the edge of the block. It hasn't made it out of the backpack. All right, and this is cut. I didn't layer it or anything, or not going to, at 4 by 5.25. Let's just go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. It's got a beautiful backside too. How many people say that about things? Just put that on there. There's so many pretty colors in that. Oh, come up. And with designer series paper or pattern paper, I think as they're calling it now, there's so many things you can do. This paper is 6 by 6. So I cut it down to 5.25, and then I cut that piece off. And it's like, I want to use that on the card too. So this is our piece that's going to go in the middle or the inside to write on. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this piece right on the side. Come on. Oh, and I know I need my paper trimmer over here. But we'll make this card first, and then I'll grab the paper trimmer. This is one of those cards that is very pretty, and if you don't feel like you've got a whole lot to write, there you go. If you feel like you got more that you want to write and send this, add another piece of basic white over here. All right, and then let's stamp on this little die shape. It is from Unbounded Love, and I'm going to put this little dandelion. Oh, I didn't show you the stamp set. Here it is. It looks like a little dandelion to me, kind of. And then I got Thanks out of the Spotlight on Nature. You're watching me from Edisto. I hope that you're also sitting beside the ocean because, you know, that is one of the best places to be, right? I'm using Blueberry Bushel because that's our cardstock color. And I'm going to stamp off so that it's not super dark. I'm going to stamp off twice. That might make it too light. Nope, it'll be perfect. Okay. 1, 2. Stamp. And then the thanks, I'll do it in full strength. And this one, I have to remember, is a little lopsided. That'll work. And let's clean the Blueberry Bushel off of that. For my red rubber stamps, I like to use the Stampin' Scrub. I just feel like it gets the stamps a little more clean. All right. Lay Blueberry Bushel over there. You can dress these cards up as much or as little as you want. I love simple stamping. I have a trash can beside me. I'm not just throwing things in the floor. And that looks like it's got a really bright, bright spot right in the middle. Let's see if we can. Let's see which one is doing that. It's still got like on the YouTube one, it's a really bright spot, like right here. But I need light. So let's, as long as you can still see it, that's the important part. I'm going to put this kind of right there. And then I'm going to use these gems. They're opal rounds. These are pumped up a little thicker, so the mailman may not like them as much. But I like them. There. There. And that's got that card. And that is a little crooked. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's There we go, fixed it. I don't like crooked. That would have driven me batty. All right, there's that one. Let me scoot over there and grab the paper trimmer so we can cut the other DSP. This one, we're still using the Meandering Meadows. And we're going to use Highland Heather, slide you out of the way. Going to use a piece of Granny Apple Green and this sheet. So all of these, oh, I've got pink on my fingers. Where'd that come from? You make do with a bone folder and use a block as your bone folder to get a good crisp line. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And now we're going to pull in the paper trimmer. And this needs to be cut at 3 1/4, 3 3/4, I'm sorry. But I want that side. So 3 3/4. That can obviously be used for something else. I'll lay it over here. I'm going to cut a little bit off the top because it needs to be 5. So I don't want all of that. So let's cut it at 5 1/2. And then flip it around and trim off a little bit of the bottom. Let's see how that did that. Perfect. You can lay. We're just going to stamp thanks on that one in Gorgeous Grape. See if I can get it straight. Let me get another one. I'm not happy with that. And the die shapes are over here. It's because that little guy isn't straight on that block, and it's hard to see where it's at on the stamp. See how crooked it is? All right, so it's got it on my finger. That did it much better. Clean. Can go file 13. Lay over here with your friend. Aren't those colors pretty too? But I love the scenery. And then I think if we do it this way, I can put the dimensionals on it and it'll hold it all together. That'll be more than plenty. Mom is doing much, much better. I've talked to her every day since I've been home, and she sounds wonderful. I'm going to put this kind of right here. And then let's use these same ones, but we're going to use the clear. One, two. I missed making cards online last week. It was so odd not doing it. Can't hardly see them, but they're there. And then obviously put your 4 by 5 1/4 on the inside so you can write. And moving on to our next one. I'm going to do this one a little bit different, I think. So same card base size, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. If you don't have a bone folder, use the edge of your block to make you a good crisp fold. Going to use that piece and this piece, but I'm going to fold this back. And we're going to do a little fun fold. Thank you, Becky. And everybody else. I know that everybody has sent well wishes for Mom, so it's hard when I'm going to put that there. And this gets a piece that is going to be, let me think about it for a second. I'm using the edge of the grid paper down here as my measuring tool. So this, I'm sliding it up so you can see, is 2 1/8 by 5 1/2. So I know that this needs to be 5 1/4 already. So let's just cut it at 5 1/4 and then I'll play with the other ones. So let's do 5 1/2 to get some of that off. And some of the sky. And then I'm going to go get another piece of crushed curry. So let's hold off on, wait, let's cut it 5. Now I'll go get a piece of crushed curry. Yep. 1 minute. Okay, so these I cut at 5 1/4 by 1, and can you see that measurement? It's right there. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7/8. So this in order to get the same border all the way around, it's 5 1/4. I need to take 1/4 of an inch. So 7/8 minus 1/4, so that's 2/8, 5/8. 4, 5/8. Oh, that's way too much. No. Yep, that's too much. All right, you guys aren't helping me do math. Think about this a second. That is 4, so 3 3/4. That could go on there, but we don't need the whole piece. And that one we know is too small, so I need to cut that one a little bit bigger. It needs to go. Yeah, I did cut that one way small. Quarter inch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. Perfect. Okay, so that is 1 5/8. And then let me go get a piece of basic white. Whew, math. All right, we are going to layer this one right here, right there. This one is going there. And we're going to trim one of these little jewels to 5 1/4. Actually, to 5 by 3 3/4. This one is going to go right there. right there. And then this needs to be, that's 5 1/4. So we're going to do 5 by the same size this piece is. That bug bother me. Okay, perfect. That feels like a lot of math. Sorry. Thank you for hanging in there. That is real. You can't get any more real than that, right? Okay, so now let's put it all together and we'll stamp that in a minute. Okay, so what I did again is here's our card base. The 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4, and then I took the top and I folded it back over to meet the folded edge. And I have a gnat in here, sorry. And so I cut crushed curry at 4 by 5 1/4 to go in the middle. So let's go ahead and put that one in there. And I feel like you could use the whole piece of designer series paper on the outside, obviously, like we've done. But this gives it a little bit of, I feel like it helps it flow. And I just pulled colors out of the designer series paper or pattern paper to put together, and I feel like this works. You tell me if you like it or not, and I feel like this piece of white helps tone it down some. All right, and then this big piece is going to go right here on top of that edge of that basic white. All right, now all of our little pieces over here, go ahead and put them together. I always flip the basic white over. I don't know why. It is totally habit. Like you see the front and you've got to put your adhesive on the back. And it's not even stamped on. All right, let's put some adhesive on these and then we'll put it all together. This piece is going to go right here to give you a little more room to write. And this is our front. And that just, I feel like that just pulls the whole, gives it a fun little. All right, now let's stamp our thank you on this in Melon Mambo. Pulls out the little red flowers. See if it fits. It did. It kind of run off, but it fit. And because this is kind of thick, I'm just going to go ahead and put it directly on the paper. I could have put it over there on that one too. And let's put some of the clear opals. Stick one right there. Oh, on the paper, not on my finger. Hmm. All right. Now I'll pull them all back in there. And see, we all don't always have our measurements in our brain. So it's okay to struggle a little bit and do it that way. But there are tonight's cards. Oh, let's get them all in the view. That is really letting the designer series paper do the work for us. That one's a little loud, but I like it. And it's not, oh, let me scroll up and see if it's all. Okay, it is. So there's that. Thank you for watching tonight. Now I'm going to do my little advertisement. I know that everybody comes to watch the projects. You don't always come to hear all of the other stuff that's going on. But I wanted to share with you that in October, my friend and I are doing an event called the Creative Escape. It is October 25th through the 27th at the Embassy Suites Hotel on Parkside Drive. So if you are interested in spending a weekend crafting, doing whatever you want to do, working on, you've got your own 6-foot table. The cost, if you use the code, it's a promo code. You need to type it in where it says add code is TNKY, and you'll get a discount of $10 if you register by September 3rd. So you've got all day tomorrow to think about it, make plans, get your friends to come. I know that there's a couple locals coming, so I cannot wait. And a couple of out-of-town friends are coming. So I can't wait to craft a weekend away with you. And Brandy and I will also be offering 4 make and takes. We're each going to prep 2. So that'll be fun. And then you'll have the whole weekend. There's going to be a $60 worth of product goodie bag. What else? There's all kinds of goodies and stuff that the hotel provides, like breakfast, which is made to order. There's a happy hour in the evening that has little snack foods. I can never say the proper word for it. So, and there's a restaurant in the hotel. It's very good. And also it's on Parkside Drive. So there's lots of stuff that is really close. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I can shoot you the link so that you can check it all out. If you want to stay on site, the hotel rooms are not included. So that's an extra fee. But we did work with them to get a little bit of a discount for that weekend. But it's always better if you share with a friend, so that cuts down on cost as well. So there's that. And also I will be doing a craft fair this weekend at the Expo Center. What else is going on? Christmas card buffet on September the 14th. I will publish or email out information about that, hopefully tomorrow evening. So I hope that you have a great night and a good weekend. And actually, this is Monday night. We still got 4 work days. So have a great night. Do something fun for yourself, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.